Thy cup shall never run dry. If I can't upload my video at your cafe, I'm not coming back for milk tea. Spilling tea on Korea since 2014. Just touched you on the leg. 안녕하세요 여러분, 한국 사랑하는 호주사라입니다. 그리고 케이트입니다. Whoa, car. Gotta protect you guys from the car. Are you okay? 자, 그럼 여러분, 제가 한국에 이사하다가 어떻게 변했어요? 자, 한국에 이사하다가 무슨 습관 생겼어요? 아니면 우리 생각 어떻게 변했어요?
So Sarah, how have you changed since moving to Korea?
I'm upset when cafes close earlier. Because in Korea they stay open really late and that's super convenient, and in Australia they close early, which is inconvenient.
So the price points of convenience stores, Korea versus Australia. Australia, it's like $6 for a bottle of water. In Korea, 50 cents, guys. 50 cents.
Price expectations. I'm actually much more willing to go out with very little or no notice. In Australia, it's like, hey Sarah, do you want to go out? And I'm like, no, I need like 13 business days notice. But in Korea, I find people be like, hey, what are you doing tomorrow? Or like, what are you doing now? And I'm like, come see you. I feel like it's like the access that is like easy. Like in Australia, things are like far.
Also, you have to think about it in your head in Australia. It's like I have to jump in my car and drive all the way.
Kate, stop playing with the plants.
Wi-Fi speed.
Yes.
I'm amazed at how outraged I get these days when the Wi-Fi goes slow. Can't look.
Honestly, I will not go back to a cafe a second time if the Wi-Fi is slow.
It is literally an outrage.
But in Australia, that's the normal thing, so it was never an issue, and now I have such high Wi-Fi standards.
We have such high Wi-Fi privileges here.
If I can't upload my video at your cafe, I'm not coming back for milk tea. Oh, does that say Kate and Sarah?
Kate loves Sarah.
Oh. Don't like waiting 8 minutes for a train. So much so that I'm not even going to wait for this train to leave so I can show you the 8-minute sign. In Australia, 8 minutes is great because the trains usually take half an hour to come for me. Korea, I'm not waiting 8 minutes. We're catching the train. The train is coming. I kind of believe in pressure points now. Yes, what up? Which I never thought I would before. 아니, 원래 한국에 그 속이 채하면 여기 만지는 거잖아요. 맞아요?
맞아요.
맞아. 그래서 내가 원래 이런 거 들었을 때, 야 이거 아닌 것 같은데요. 뭔가 속이 채면 여기 누르면 더 좋아지는 거예요. 근데 이제 제가 속이 채하면 제가 여기 눌러주세요.
This is the first time that happened to me as a foreigner. I just didn't understand, like, because I was like, oh, you know, I feel really sick in the stomach, and my like friend who's Korean was just like, oh. Like, I'm a morning person, naturally. The late night culture is so big that you just naturally slip into it. And so nowadays I'm tending to wake up later and later, or I'll wake up early anyway, but I've gone to bed late.
Less sleep.
Yeah, less sleep. So what do you sacrifice? I think the benefit about that though, actually, I can work during the day and I can also still socialize after work.
The days do feel longer.
Yeah, that you get to do like socializing after work, which you don't normally do in Australia. You go home and you go to bed.
Yeah, true.
And then you book in for Friday night or Saturday.
2 weeks time. So one thing that's changed me about Korea is I will always pour water for the table now because people are lovely and that just happens here. So thy cup shall never run dry.
I used to have an issue with personal space on crowded trains, but I'm not waiting 8 minutes for the next train that's emptier. Make way.
I'm offended when someone won't share their food with me now. When I was like in Australia, it was always like you have your meal and they have their meal and you eat your meal and then you're like, would you like a chip? If they took more than a chip, you'd be like,
hands up.
Excuse me, this is mine. If you wanted chips,
You have overstepped.
you should have ordered the chips.
Yeah, exactly.
But now that like after living in Korea and also having Korean friends for a long amount of time, if someone doesn't want to share their food with me, I'm like, how dare you,
Yeah.
sir?
The other thing actually I've noticed, even if you have food in like at my work, we have food in the fridge or the freezer for like example ice cream last week.
Yeah.
It was all gone the next day.
In Australia, like I feel like at least with my background, if someone's like, oh, do you want some? Then you take like a little bit.
Here,
but then
it's like
when people say, do you want some food? They really mean, do you want it? Like it's like really like an open, generous offer, genuine offer. So yeah, I feel like Korea has made me a lot more generous with my food, but I also expect that same in return. But I really like that. That's probably one of my favorite things is like sharing food now. Where do you go to work these days?
at the cafe. 24-hour cafes.
Yes.
You can order one coffee here. No one bothers you for the next 7 hours. In Australia, if you order one coffee, after like an hour, they're like, oh, do you want another one? Or,
no.
Yeah, literally. But you can't say no. You're like,
No.
oh, in a second. Like, they don't do that here.
No, here you can just like, you can get like one drink and just sort of kind of sit at the cafe all day and work away.
Yeah.
Oh, right, let's go, cross.
Things that have changed me since being in Korea is when I greet anyone, I have to bow.
I do this too.
It is an automatic thing, as if you're saying hello to someone.
I've done that because you know when you're in the shops when someone worker does a little bit more for you and you're like, oh, thank you.
Yeah,
and then I'm like, oh, I just bowed in Australia.
It's kind of awkward sometimes when even if I meet another foreigner,
Yes.
they just generally say hello instead of 안녕하세요, but I'll still be like, oh, hello.
Just the head nod. Delivery. So I have become a postal delivery snob in Korea because everything gets delivered so fast here.
For example, 2 p.m. yesterday, I ordered microphones. 12 p.m. today, they came on a weekend.
That's 10 hours. Oh, no, just under 24 hours. Sorry, I can't maths. It's not my strong point. In Korea as well, there's so much stuff that you can get with overnight delivery, or now they have this thing called like 새벽 배달, which means they get it to your front door before the sun rises. You want to get like certain things delivered, particularly with like food.
Yeah, you would expect, the expectation is probably like a week.
It's because we're from Australia and it's very big and it's very far from everything, so delivery takes like 7 to 14 business days. So now if something takes more than like a day delivery, I'm like, oh, I don't know if I want it now.
Yeah.
Which in Australia for like 2 days, I'd be like, oh my god, amazing.
Yes.
So I've definitely changed in that way. 감사합니다. Look at us talking about like Korean things with like these like posh like t-shirts.
We're gonna spill the tea.
Spill the tea. Oh, that's delightful. Spill the tea should be the section of this. You know, everyone's like, oh, spill the tea, sister. Oh, nearly did spill the tea.
You have like thumbnail.
Spilling tea on Korea since 2014. And the most obvious one was I learnt Korean. I feel like I was learning Korean before I came to Korea, but living in Korea, I learned much more. Although I learned Korean in a lax sort of setting because everyone's always like, how long did it take you to learn Korean? And I feel like I still haven't learnt it. I will never learn Korean. I'll always be learning Korean.
Yeah.
I don't think you ever fully learn a language. At least I might not be smart enough to. 나도. 자, 여러분이 이 영상이 좋았으면. Should I just do it in English? I've done most of this video in English. Okay, everyone. That's our tea on how we've changed. Clink. This is suddenly we've themed around tea. Anyone else living in Korea? How have you guys changed? Do you believe in pressure points? I laugh, but I'm not joking. If you want to see more fun YouTube stuff, check out Kate's channel, especially if you're interested in teaching English here because she's got an insight on that. 여러분 구독해주시고 우리가 이 맛있는 망고 타르트
와.
먹을 거고 끝나잖아요 이제. 네 여러분 이제 우리 한국 덕분에 많이 변했는데 좋게 변했는 것 같아요 제 생각엔. 이제 제가 음식 잘 나눠 먹어요. 뿅.